I'm not doing this to burden the public. They want to know on America's Got Talent. I've created all this art because it's helped me stay out of the streets. It's helped me get off of drugs. And I sing, and I don't think I should be ashamed. And everybody running this whole traditional way of thinking, they believe that I need to just censor everything. The public does not want information censored. They want it raw. They want it the way it is. They want you to shoot straight from the hip. What they see is what they want to get. That's the public. The people are smart and they want to know the truth. And I am being prevented from that. I am being blacklisted by this talent manager I was. I know I don't need her, but I chose to still encourage that I have a sustained, initiated privilege with her, that we can go do lunch in Beverly Hills, blah, 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 and talk about my client marketing systems and what I am doing. She never even lifted a finger to even help me. I went in with my costumes and I was explaining to her what the iconic star image is. She then dubbed me, heralded me, coined me as the Mel Lady Gaga, and then she tells me to fuck off. Like 3 weeks later when I got on national television with Jimmy Kimmel and I got scouted out by America's Got Talent. You know what? Somebody said to me, she's discriminating against me. I hold on because I have established a relationship. I've spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on flowers, on gifts, on clothing, on water with her name on it, with flowers to be delivered when somebody comes from New York to talk to her in her office in Beverly Hills on my behalf. I catered food to her. I've given her a silver box with a coin on it that was engraved, and tons of cards, a lot of cards, and I can't believe she's doing this. I spent good money to move into Los Angeles. I'm here to fulfill every promise that I promised you. She's been telling me for over a year, she's looking forward to working with me. She wants to produce me. This is after 20 years of my relationship with her. So I said, you know what? It's time for me to move to Los Angeles. So that's exactly what I did. I moved to LA and I was here for 3 months. She was not taking me to auditions. She wasn't introducing me and exposing me to people that need to see me. And I said, you know what? I need to put money in my pocket. This is the business. And then she totally shamed me by taking responsibility. She said to me 2 things with working with me as your talent manager. 2 things that you never do as my talent. I said, what? She emails me this. She says, don't talk about scheduling and don't talk about money. I thought, really? I thought scheduling and money and salary and income is the core of a teaching job. It's the core of the medical profession. It's the core of being a flight attendant. It's the cornerstone of working in the United States Congress. Scheduling and money? Really? She was keeping me disempowered. She was controlling me because she's jealous. That's scary. That's scary that I was that deceived over 20 years. I was that much of a nice guy. Yeah, I know. Thank God I found it out now. She's justifying herself like a madwoman, and she needs to retire. She wasn't doing anything for me for 20 years, so I decided it was a red flag. So after 3 months of being in LA, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go on my auditions. I did do it on my own. And now she's telling me, she said to me, she asked me, are you really manageable? Because I don't know your motivation. I emailed her back. I says, I am manageable. I'm not loaded on crystal meth, and I'm not in the streets as a male prostitute. I'm very manageable, bitch. I didn't call her bitch. But I said, I am very manageable. I'm not loaded on crystal meth. I'm not in the streets looking for money as a male prostitute, and I'm not in jail. She needed to be told that, because that's the truth. I am manageable because I'm sober and I'm sane. That, you know what? If I'm emotional and I'm emotive and I'm very charismatic and I am very pressured in my speech, but I am sober, I'm not hurting myself or hurting other people. That's important when you go to AA meetings, is because you're allowed to feel, because you're sober for the very first time as the alcoholic. And she's shaming me because I am performing. I'm on national television getting thousands and thousands and thousands of hits on our video within 3 hours because of Jimmy Kimmel Live. I am focusing a lot on her because I have post-traumatic stress, abandonment, and betrayal issues like everybody else in the world. And I'm doing my best not to whore myself out there. And I'm doing pretty good. This lady is a nobody. She deceived me. Bless you. I have a cold as well, too. I don't know how Lady Gaga is performing right now without getting a cold. She must have incredible nutrition. Yeah, I'm putting up all my art on the walls because that's my ministry. It's to provide I invested in her for many, many years, and now it's time to invest in myself because she's trash. I am going to meet somebody else. Thank you for telling me that. Yeah, somebody's going to come my way. And they already have, exactly. And they know what to do with me. Options. I have options. You're right. You're right. She couldn't even congratulate me. Yeah, she wanted me to stay on her little shelf of her collected toys called Talent. And she wanted to keep me there. If I wasn't on the shelf, I was below her desk, licking up her giant and polishing her shoes. That's where she wanted to keep me because it masturbated her ego. And now I am standing up for my career. She's always told me, I am excited for your career. I look so forward to seeing where your career is going to go. Blah, 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 blah. So I moved to LA. She doesn't lift a finger. So I thought, you know what? Okay. I did leave Santa Barbara. I did leave that terrible culture. Last 7 to 8 years, the city council wasn't addressing homelessness in Santa Barbara, and it broke my heart. I said, you know what, I'd rather be in North Hollywood. Well, North Hollywood is cleaning up, but I don't dare want to move to North Hollywood now. I'm more Hollywood Hills. And I do all my business from out of Beverly Hills. I go to Beverly Hills all the time. Ironically, that's where my talent manager is. That told me never to email her ever again. I don't know what that's about. She never even took me to lunch. I made lunch for her. for her and her daughter when, yeah, I was so gracious to her. I was her friend. I loved her, wanting nothing back. And then she betrays me and shames me like this. She's not popular. She's not kosher. No, she's ready to go out. She's tried retiring, and she confided in me of how much she has stored up for retirement, which is shit money. So she's back to working it all out again. But I'm just ashamed that I believed in her. Is it really over with? It's a closed chapter. If something happened later in the future where I could include her, I am such a man of a golden heart. I will do that. If it's fulfilling her dream, I would still include her, even though she's betraying me. Now, is that love, or is that just neediness for attention? Because I'm an attention whore. Is that love, or is it a bad habit? I have other fish to fry in my pan. You're very right. I gotta close the chapter on her. I gotta hang up all my wonderful art. Later on, if it can reveal that I could trust her again, I will. But don't worry about it now. I have other things to be concerned about. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. You're such a sweet pal. I just hate betrayal. I hate betrayal, and my men out there hate betrayal too. That's why they need answers. That's why they need to settle, silence their minds, and seek self-realization, self-actualization, what have you, to become aware, awake, because they don't know how to manage betrayal. They want to go off and do drugs, and they want to have sex with strangers because they're needy for love, and they'll let anybody touch them, and they'll let anybody rob them. They'll let anybody piss all over their futures. And it's so sad that I am going through this, but I'm learning the tools that I have to have in my toolbox. This lady is not, she's not even a lady. She's a beast. And I'm not talking about a monster in Lady Gaga. This woman's from hell. I know, yeah, it's old ladies, they use me. I know, they steal so much stuff from me because I'm a nice gay guy, I'm a target, and I'm easy to walk all over. And I gotta help gay men not be that way. And here I am going through my exact scenario. It's crazy. I know I'm above everything right now. I mean, I look at the way I'm living. I did make it. You're right, I made it on top. Thank you for reiterating that. I just love the people, and I love management. I'm respectful to the hierarchy. I am willing to cooperate and play with, my rules that have been given to me by the powers that be. And then she did this to me. She told me to be myself, and I was, and then she just screwed me over like this. I am just wanting to really produce the art, and I can't afford liars. I can't afford getting robbed. This happened to one of the first boyfriends of Julia Roberts. That was another story. Nobody on my team that I had handpicked would stay sober. I said, you know what? There's no show. He robbed me. Telling me I'm going to get anonymous money from Richard Gere. I says, forget it. I only accept money with names on it. No anonymous gifts. I came back. I says, you know what? We will accept the anonymous money because we could use all the funding we can get. Nobody would stay sober after I threatened to cancel the entire production 2 to 3 times. And then he robs me. No, it's, I'm not going to mention the name. No, yeah, I have come close to very famous people in very tight circles. Close friends that are producers for Richard Gere. And they're close friends with Richard Gere. So, I mean, yeah, I'm attracting all this wonderful energy and I'm getting screwed because of greed. There's so much greed in this business. It's crazy. What'd you say? Yeah. Well, the reason why is because his whole audience thinks he's straight, so he doesn't want people knowing he's gay. So the money he would give me would be anonymous money. But he was in process of being advised of my work. I was working on a biography. Well, it's a documentary / biographical. But it was a documentary on Babylon Hollywood, or Hollywood Babylon. We're still toying around with the name. And I was addressing the human trafficking in the gay community in the streets in Hollywood. It was wonderfully rich in content. And it just fell through my fingers. It doesn't matter. It's that, it does matter. It does matter because it's brought me here. There's so many liars out there. And pieces of shit crooks. It just shocks them. Well, the negative is very glorious, mind you. My little stories I have to tell. I feel like Sunset Boulevard. I feel like a Broadway musical. Gosh. I know when one thing goes wrong, I focus and focus and focus on the most toxic philosophy behind it. Everybody's trying to kill me. I know. You know what? I gotta go. I gotta fix Maxwell Avenue. I need to go shop.